Decided who I am today, oh, I breathe deep and I don't break. Got doubt to bake, got words to say and I know how to say them. I'll feel better.
I'm your host.
In the morning when I get home, kind of things I long for. I'm lost. I don't know, I didn't really plan anything. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, this is so fun.
That's me as a baby. I got a guitar in high school and started just learning covers and stuff. Okay, and then it goes. No. I can't remember. It was a long time of wanting to do it and not being sure how I could actually do it. I didn't have a lot of confidence musically. I didn't feel like it was part of my identity, so I thought that it would be weird to do it. I think that's it. I did a post-grad master's in songwriting online. To graduate for that, you have to finish with some kind of body of work. I knew that I wanted mine to be an album. Decided who I am today, oh, I breathe deep and I don't break. Got doubt to bake, got words to say and I know how to say them. The album was going to be called Notes for When I Lose Myself, and I knew that. So I was like, okay, obviously the opener, I'm gonna call it Lost. And it's about feeling fine, oh my gosh, I'm perfect, I know exactly what I want out of my life. And then something happens and you're like, wait, never mind, I literally am so confused. I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost. Was I better before? And the whole album was going to be about how to be okay with that, get out of that, fall back into it over and over again. So Lost really I wanted to capture that theme, but in a lighthearted way, because the rest of the album gets a little sad. And then happy again. Okay. Okay, I just finished the songwriting showcase. You said you loved me. I keep crying because it just went really well. I knew and I blacked out, so I don't even know if I sounded good. But it was just really fun, and I was doing it, Fear won't make a difference. The pain, I'm sure. And I had my friends up there and they were singing with me and it just felt really good. Oh, take me out one last time, let's say our last goodbye. I've been stressed about that for 4 months and now I did it and I'm just really proud of myself. Oh, sorry, wasted time. I just never know how to say what I mean, that it's too hard to be who you need. With my music, lyrics are the most important part, definitely. Most of my songs I start with a lyric or with a title or a narrative concept. Bookcase, a journal since I was 16. Started writing down everything. I started journaling every day just about my day. Nothing deep in high school, I think. Partly because I didn't want to look back and not remember anything. Partly because I was like, oh, what if I get dementia one day and I can't remember my youth? I want to have my journals. But now I just like it. And I also journal about emotions in a different journal. So I have so many journals. Bookcase of journals, bookcase of my process depends on the song, obviously. A lot of the times recently it does feel like it is my journal and my way to process emotions and stuff. But I also really like taking from other things that inspire me, like other songs or books or movies. And that's always what I've gravitated towards when I'm listening to music, is what the story is.
I wrote it all down. I hope it's enough.
This was fun to make.
Sucking in my stomach so you can grab my ribs. Make a human out of me like God did.
I engineered an album back in high school, and since then I hadn't worked with music at all until I met Emily, and this is like the first song that I had produced in a while. I'd say my process is usually getting everything out and getting everything like 85% of the way there, and sounding like a real song. And then the longest part of the process is tweaking it just a little bit and changing it just a little bit. The first thing that I did to make it a produced song was to add the drums, this right here, as well as this right here. Each of these little oohs and ahs, like this right here, it's all in its space for a reason. And a lot of electric guitar, just drone. But it all builds to this bridge right here.
One of the vocal, the one that's like beeping, I think it's this one.
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
I saw a TikTok of someone explaining how Kesha did her blow vocals, blah.
I know what you're talking about. I
And
saw that
copied
one.
that.
Is that true? Oh my god.
Yeah, because
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to put there. So then,
And it really adds to it.
yeah, it's very easy too.
Little bit of de-esser, slight EQ, and compressors doing most of the heavy work. Let's see, there's all sorts of other stuff. There are just countless acoustic guitars on this track. Here's all of them together. All of them very reverbed, all of them very far back in the mix. I remember there was a lot of process of listening to the mix in the car and then going back to the studio and then writing down notes and going and listening to it in the car and getting everything just perfect.
Yeah.
So slide is something that I learned because of this song. This was the reason that I was like, let me actually learn how to play slide guitar on my electric. Yeah. This was the first song we worked on together. And this was like the first song that I'd produced in years and years.
Yeah.
So the other songs that we produced for this album definitely went smoother.
I do all my visuals with my friend Miriam, who I've known since middle school. She's on one of the songs in the album, on Through Line.
Gazing up at constellations.
We normally just kind of get together and talk about ideas and stuff. Stomach was pretty easy to come up with because I wanted to do my stomach. Through Line was pretty easy. We just wanted it to be a cute picture of us. The album cover, I knew I wanted it to have a bunch of little details referencing things on the album, like there's like a bouquet of roses for roses. The scrapbook is on the table. I'm holding a notebook that says the album title, which I really liked. And then we just kind of slowly kept collecting ideas for what it should be and eventually landed on what we have now.
You're there somehow.
My name is Miriam Moore.
Marmalade rings in the speaker.
I mean, I'd done photography and graphic design before, but I hadn't really done a lot of music-related stuff or like posters and things like that.
Ready? Go!
Do stuff you love with people you love is always really awesome. I've been making music, I guess, kind of my whole life. Songwriting for me is just kind of like close your eyes and what comes out is what you have, because it's not necessarily done with the intention of sharing. So I think starting a process knowing that you're gonna let other people see it is a lot more nerve-wracking. I think it was the first time that I've done that I've recorded anything that has been like released.
You're there somehow.
Even though sometimes it was arduous and long and tough, how much work goes into making something like that, I found like a bigger sense of pride in it, I think, of being brave enough to do something that you keep to yourself so often, but like willing to share it with other people.
In the wind, on the road, you're the through line. Where I've been, where I'll go, you're the through line. In the wind, on the road, you're the through line.
Well, I am Ma. I am a singer-songwriter, musician, and friend. I don't know. I've been playing in and out of different bands around Charlotte, going on 18 years of performing in this city. Haven't really left North Carolina, just kind of been part of the scene for a pretty long time at this point.
This is where I wanna be.
So I met Emily at a Halloween party back in 2023. We didn't really connect on music until about a year later when, lo and behold, we saw each other at the Evening Muse open mic.
Okay, Emily June, are you ready to go? I'm ready. Let's do it, ladies. Let's give it up for our next performer of the evening, Emily June. Give it up!
At that point, you know, a year went by and I'd never seen her play. But when I saw her play, I was absolutely blown away.
I've got a honey I hold and a light quiet soul and just enough money to pay for my home.
You know, fast forward a few months later, Timothy Chandler Hicks invited us to go play his EP release.
Emily and I performed Cozy Couch together.
I don't know where the road will take us, but
A couple months after that, I played a songwriter round that Chris Hitchcock runs over at Town Brewing. He called me to see if I could fill in last minute. I think somebody had dropped out. And I showed up and Emily was there playing that songwriter round too. And then at that songwriter round is where I first met Ma. He had seen our Cozy Couch videos and he had done Cozy Couch beforehand. So he came to see us play at the songwriter round and introduced himself and we all ended up talking. Really just dug both of their music, knew that they could perform solo. I was doing a solo EP release, so I asked them to be on the bill.
So the Emily June band, it kind of started as a pipe dream of mine because we had worked so much on this album. She'd been playing by herself for a couple months at that point.
So you can grab my wrist.
Ma and I had kind of talked about being in a band with Emily. We're like, hey, like if you need a band, Ma can play bass and I play drums. So, you know, just if you're looking for anybody, like we like playing music with you, we're down.
Next thing you know, Emily asks us to be in her band, you know. A couple months later, you know, asked me to play bass, asked Timothy to play drums, and everything is just kind of snowballed from there.
Okay, so I guess I start this whole shebang.
You do.
Right. All right, are we locked in, y'all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever you feel ready.
How's everybody doing?
The Starlight Show was my album release show,
Emily June.
and that was the first time I'd performed with my band. It was the first time we played a few of those songs live at all.
It was my first time playing live as a lead guitarist in my life.
And I had taken a big break from drums. I played a couple gigs, but that was only like my third or fourth gig back playing drums. I know it was Ma's first or second time playing bass.
You know, we take our craft very seriously, and that comes through in our live performance and hopefully in the records that come, you know.
Regretting nothing, now my head settles down.
It was a packed room, so for that to be our first show and to see that there's this much community support surrounding Emily's music.
Yeah, I think having the full band has helped me like be even just louder, singing louder and singing more confidently because I want to match the energy that they're bringing. Normally open mics and stuff, I sing my like soft songwriter tunes, which I love, but it definitely pushes you to bring a bigger energy when you have a full band. I love the Charlotte music scene. Everyone I've met has been so welcoming and like so willing to introduce you to other people.
I haven't been existing lately. Blame the
My name is
dust.
Emily June. This is my buddy Brett.
I think it is my favorite part about Charlotte. The people in the scene here are just so incredibly supportive.
You know, live music will always be around, so long as we, you know, continue to prioritize it.
Only drinking at night.
The venues in Charlotte, I mean, it's my favorite places I've been to.
Why won't you
There's some really cool spots like Petra's or Snug Harbor, the Milestone, who take local music, you know, very seriously and want to preserve what that experience is for everyone.
The first place that I really started meeting people in the scene was the Evening Muse open mic.
I feel like I've met half the people I know at the Evening Muse open mic.
They have the record for people that I have met and stayed in touch with and stayed connected with. And I think it is sort of the great melting pot of Charlotte.
That Monday night Evening Muse open mic, what a privilege to have that in the city, a place where there's 75 to 100 people there to attentively listen to your music every Monday. Like, as an artist, why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Last December, I put on Fa La La fundraiser. A bunch of us got together, we sang holiday song covers and donated the profits to Families Forward Charlotte. That was an awesome celebration of the community that I had found and that had welcomed me, knowing it was going to a good cause, and just, it was really a really awesome celebration.
Is the best feeling to go to a new show and find someone new. You know, you listen to one song from them and you decide that, wow, I'm gonna be listening to this person for the rest of my life. Like, it's something that I never would have expected that Charlotte would have this scene that they do.
I think it's going to be recognized more nationally. Not that we're Nashville, but I feel like we're a tiny Nashville and people are starting to see that.
There's nothing like a sister.
Ali Forrest is another Charlotte musician who's one of the best people alive. And we did a show in Durham together, and then we just became fast friends after that. I was planning a Northeast tour. She was planning a West Coast tour. And we thought,
She showed me who I could be.
We've got like, I think it's around 20 shows booked all across the United States and some in Canada too. And most of these cities I've never even been to ever. And so I'm excited to just like be on the road and be exploring and trying new things.
I am who I am because of my friends.
I released a little 3-song EP, Hurting, Holding, Healing. I wrote those a bit after my album had come out because I was just burned out and I wanted to get back into writing. And I got my friend Emma Madison to design the artwork, and she hand drew some things, she collaged it, and it's just so perfect.
Learned about survival when I was just half a child. When I walked up to the light and turned around.
Right now, musically, I'm very excited. I feel like I'm kind of on the precipice of having a solid project to work on. I've been writing a lot, and I've written 4 or 5 now that I just love and that I think could be part of my next project. But I just feel very excited to create, and I feel like I've grown a lot over the last year, and I'm better able to hear what I want my song to sound like.
Raised in Carolina, I've been craving Oklahoma, somewhere patient and unknown to all my goals.
I guess I would just say how happy I am with where I am and where I'm going, and that I'm very grateful to the people I've met in Charlotte and the people I've met in my life generally that have like allowed me to feel confident doing this and to feel excited doing this. I just feel very grateful and happy and excited to everyone that's like come to any show or listened to anything or said hi to me and been my friend. And I hope it just keeps growing and I keep getting to do this because it's awesome.
Perfect.
Yay!
Decided who I am today. Oh, I breathe deep and I don't break. Got doubt or bake out words to say, and I know how to say them. Then I found I was afraid, abandoned every change I made. The panic doesn't fade away. I hesitate, relive mistakes. I'll feel better, I'm sure. In the morning when I get bored, count the things I long for. I'm lost, I'm lost. Was I better before? All the mornings when I fell short, count the days till it gets worse. I'm lost, I'm lost.
Yeah, I just feel, oh my God, sorry. There's a bug.
The weather changed and I remembered everything I love about the fall. Wish I could always find that place, but when I'm sad I lose my brain. And every way I learn to face it doesn't help at all. I feel better, I'm sure. In the morning when I get bored, count the things I long for. I'm lost, I'm lost. Was I better before? All the mornings when I fell short, count the days till it gets worse. I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost. Lost, lost, I'm lost. I'm wandering with no purpose, chasing prayers I don't deserve, convincing strangers